Libra, Enchantress here, master weaver of mystery suspense thrillers, as well as broadcaster of astrology. First, I'd like to thank you for being here with me today, lending me your ears, your eyes, and your time. I know it is valuable. In return, I will be sharing valuable information with you that will help you navigate the month's upcoming challenges, okay? Now, if you'd like to learn more about Enchantress, you can hit the down bar. All of my links will be below, as well as the link for the healing chakra beads and the sun catchers. So don't hesitate to like the video and subscribe to the channel, as it does help me grow. Now let's get into your horoscope so that I can help you grow. Now, Gemini season is here from, well, we're not only doing Gemini season, we are doing the whole of June. So that includes part of Cancer season as well. Okay. So Gemini season is here from May 21st through June 20th. The mutable air sign of Gemini is ruled by Mercury, making Gemini all about networking and communication. This fun, curious sign loves to mingle, and with Mercury at its helm, they're naturals when it comes to learning new skills and or connecting with those who can assist them in opening these channels. This month, you're prompted to take a page out of the book of Gemini. We all are. Listen, learn, explore, network. In order to expand our business this month, everyone, you're required to poke your head out of your shell, even if you remain in quarantine. So using the World Wide Web is going to be your best bet, allowing you to reach far and wide from the comfort of your own home. There's a big shift. You know, it's time to find the connect. Okay, catch my drift? We're slowly going forward. So let's see where some of our major planets will be transiting. Now, Uranus, we know it's the planet of shocks, revolution, surprises. And it's in Taurus, which reigns over our money, our values, our resources. This is going to semi-sextile Chiron at 9 degrees on June 10th. June 10th. This could bring a sudden or unexpected opportunity to recover from a financial loss, maybe even a chance to heal a broken relationship with a family member or significant other. Some could find themselves the receiver of an enticing proposition that you know could ruin a relationship with a spouse, lover, or a relative. So watch your dealings. June 10th, right around that time. The sun is in Gemini at the start of June, keeping your focus on learning new avenues of creating success. Gemini is prompting you to be fun and sharp-witted with your business endeavors. When it enters Cancer at 0 degrees on June 20th, the sun, this is a time you might prefer to stay home, nurturing those around you. You could slack off on your professional goals a bit, preferring to enjoy the things around your abode that bring you contentment. The home environment will definitely be a focus where Cancer is concerned. Now, Mercury, the planet of communication, skills, sales, intellect, goes retrograde on June 18th in the sign of Cancer at 14 degrees. Be discerning as to whom you spark dealings with, business or otherwise. You may find yourself in the midst of underhanded, lazy characters who mean to misuse your talents. Okay? People who make it to high places through little efforts of their own. In other words, I want you to look out for the charlatan. Okay? Now, in addition to that, Mercury is retrograde in Cancer on June 18th. That's when it goes retrograde. So you'll be dealing with people that you've dealt with in the past as well. You'll be restructuring things with them, revising, reviewing, rehashing, and going back through things as well. Now, Venus, the planet of love, finances, abundance, pleasure, it remains retrograde in Gemini. The way you go about putting these things into action is a question. Some are getting a second chance to deal with the same issues. Are you going to handle them as you did in the past? Did you even get your desired result? Because if not, this is a chance to shift the outcome. I don't recommend making any big changes in your finances. Finances are a really big focus right now, and we're talking about finances. Everyone is in the world as a collective. I don't recommend making any big changes in your finances unless it's scaling back, just because it's still fluctuating. Okay, right now. You may not have a taste for things when the planet is retrograde. If you make big drastic changes in them as well once it goes direct. Like if you change your appearance drastically, once it goes direct, you might not like it. So I wouldn't make any drastic changes in appearance as well. Venus, or either. Venus goes direct in Gemini, though, on June 25th. So this is wonderful. This is a position of wealth, success, fame, intelligence. All areas are free to progress toward a steadfast abundance at that time. And I believe in the newsletter I have until June 25th, and I should have put on June 25th. So you have to forgive me that faux pas. Neptune, the planet of fantasy, inspirations, dreams, illusions, goes retrograde on June 23rd. This transit will, of course, affect Pisces the most. It could put you in a lazy, bossy, sharp-tongued mood. So try not to fall into the trap of holding yourself back and blocking your blessings with your tongue. The reason it's going to be like that is because Mars is there too. Mars is there with Neptune. Okay, so that's what's going to have you facing those challenges in those areas. Okay. Now, Mars, the planet of energy and challenges, enters Aries at 0 degree, where it is exalted on June 27th, bringing us a coming out of that energy, okay? This is wonderful for Aries and Scorpio, who are ruled by Mars, but even us as a collective, our competitive drive is back. Our ability to overcome hardships is heightened. Now, this will incite more protests because people will have the courage to fight for their rights. Your libido could also be in overdrive, so you want to make sure you don't be seduced by the snake in the grass. You could stand to lose everything, really. Jupiter quintiles Chiron at 8 degrees Aries on June 1st. This could bring success in a health regimen. A chronic ailment that usually bothers you could subside during this time. By the way, a quintile is when two planets are 72 degrees apart, forming a harmonious angle. Okay. Now, Jupiter is conjunct Pluto at 24 degrees of Capricorn on June the 30th. This conjunction is favorable for making strides in literature and education. However, you must be willing to learn, to study, to try new things. Okay. And a word of advice, your wit is sharp during this time. Just make sure your tongue doesn't match. Capricorn, we're under the energy of Capricorn. Capricorns can be very direct, okay? You want to be mindful of that. And Jupiter is retrograde in Capricorn until September 23rd, okay? Saturn is retrograde in Aquarius until September 29th. As you know, Saturn is the planet of restrictions, responsibility, even karma, good or bad. Your actions help determine how your karma plays out. In this position, there's a danger of short-lived romances filing up one's karma. So you want to watch, like I said, the relationships you're getting yourself into. Success can be achieved, but one must abide by principles, okay? When it's dealing with karma, when it's dealing with Saturn, okay? That'll determine the blessings that you get that come in, whether they're good or bad or how good they are, you know? Pluto, pass these tests, Libra, and everyone, or because I'm talking to the collective, pass these tests. Pluto, the planet of rebirth, renewal, resources, is retrograde until October the 4th. This is a time of transformation for the collective. Be gentle with yourself. In the coming months, our faiths will be tested. Do not allow fear to bind you mentally. Don't be easily deceived. Do your homework before believing media and social propaganda, as it will be shoved into our faces from all directions. We as a collective are at a vulnerable point in our lives. We as individuals must do our part by keeping up our hopes, maintaining our mental health, as well as doing what we can to be a part of the solution, as opposed to perpetuating the problem. The silver lining is that Pluto, being conjunct Jupiter, does help us to keep our eyes on the prize while facing the upcoming shifts in our business and personal lives. I implore you, keep a kind heart. The world needs compassion, as does our entire human race. Now, the full moon on June the 5th is in the mutable fire sign of Sagittarius at 15 degrees. This will be a partial lunar eclipse in the South Node. The South Node is your karma. It's your past life experiences. You've been there. You've done that. It's time to learn and move on from there. A reevaluation of beliefs is upon us. The full moon brings things to a culmination. This full moon is squaring Mars in Pisces and Neptune in Pisces. Both of them are over there. Okay? It's a lunar eclipse opposing the sun. The new moon on June 21st is in the cardinal water sign of Cancer at 0 degrees. This will be a partial solar eclipse in the North Node. The North Node is where we're trying to go in life, where we're meant to accomplish, where we're meant to be. That's what we're here to fulfill. So we're trying to get there without being corrupted, though, by the money and the power attained as you get closer to it. The new moon brings new opportunities and a fresh start. This is a solar eclipse. The moon is blocking the sun. Now let's get into your individual astrology, Libra, and find out how this is going to affect you personally. Okay? Now Libra ranges from September 23rd to October 23rd. On June the 1st, Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion, is quintile, Chiron in Aries, impacting your sector of relationships. Okay? Now, it brings a chance to heal old wounds in a partnership. The month begins with the Sun and Mercury, planet of communication, skills, sales, intellect, in the sign of Gemini. This puts the spotlight in your sector of travel and education. You could be learning new skills or even talking about purchasing transportation, taking a class and things like that, because Jupiter deals with education as well, you know, or I said that, travel and education. Either way, these areas will be communicated, okay? Now, the full moon in Sagittarius on the 5th squares, as I said, it's going to be squaring Mars and Neptune there in Pisces. This is where the moon is going to be, the full moon, and it's going to be squaring that area, okay? So this affects your area of home and family, as well as your sector of relationships. Now, although this creates challenges, you have a saving grace in Gemini. Okay, because Gemini trines your sign, bringing a blessing. Okay, so on top of that, Libra sextile Sagittarius, ushering in opportunity for you. Okay, so while you have those challenges, you have blessings and opportunities still being showered upon you. Okay, once the Sun on June 20th and Mercury on June 18th move into Cancer, the focus is your area of career. Okay, you'll face some obstacles in communication where career is concerned, but the new moon in Cancer on the 21st brings a new opportunity in that area. Neptune, the planet of dreams, illusions, fantasy, goes retrograde in Pisces on June the 23rd, aspecting your sector of work and health. Now, this is a time when you need to work on old dreams, old aspirations. Maybe revive a fitness goal. Okay. Venus, the planet of finances, romance, pleasure. It's in Gemini and it's trining your sign. It's going direct on June 25th in your house of travel, learning, education, philosophy, giving you the green light to pay for that class, to press forward in those areas. Maybe buy that mode of transportation. You are due a blessing. We also have Mars moving back into Aries, your relationship, your relationship sector on the 27th. Okay, yeah, because it's going to move from Pisces, Mars. It's going to move into Aries on the 27th, like we talked about in the transits where it is exalted. So while challenges may arise, you'll have the energy to work through them. Last but not least, the Jupiter-Pluto conjunction will be impacting your sector of home and family. Capricorn squares your sign, so let's hope the luck of Jupiter allows for a rebirth of your soul, you know, a rebirth that your soul is yearning for. Saturn remains in Aquarius, so lessons in creativity in children still are at play. And that's got to be romance too. The area of romance, creativity, and children. You're still experiencing karma in those areas, good or bad. And Libra, this is your sister sign, so it trines you, giving you plenty of positive energy in those areas. Okay? So Mercury goes retrograde on June 18th. So it's a time to work on things, not to launch. Okay? So remember that. revise, rehash, review until July the 12th. Mercury goes direct. Okay? So stay safe. God bless you. And I'll see you next month, Libra. Bye.